Yo, T-Dub, we back, man. What's good with you, bro?
It's good, bro. Back in this
Another day,
thing, bruh.
man. Living the dream.
Yes, sir. New backdrop on me. White wall.
Yeah, you got a lot going on back there, for real.
Good with some wall art. Might have to get some wall art.
Hey, man, if any photo companies, any graphic companies watching this video, please send whatever you have to T-Dub. Please.
I'm in need.
It could be sports, anime, pets, flowers. We just got to ask. Like for me, you can't see what the hell's behind me because it's just light. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Been a very, very busy off season. And even though the off season been officially started for 11 days now, we still do not know where LeBron James is going. But that's okay. When LeBron James makes a decision, we will drop a video about that. But today's video, just want to talk about some trades that went down. Which team do you like? Which team that made a trade do you like to trade most for? So, like, some ideas for you. The 76ers getting Jalen Brown. The Miami Heat getting Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Timberwolves getting LaMelo Ball. The Portland Trailblazers getting John Morant. The Toronto Raptors pending an investigation against Kawhi Leonard. Is there another team out there, bro, that you like it? You know what I'm saying? The Phoenix Suns getting Miles Bridges,
No.
Hornets legend. Hey, Jeremy Grant to the Grizzlies,
All right. Back to being serious.
Isaiah
But
Joe to Detroit.
yeah, back to being serious. Um Now realistically, this trade that my favorite, well, not my favorite trade is I have a love-hate relationship with this trade because I like Minnesota and I love LaMelo Ball. And I like Detroit as far as like for them, but North Carolina native, I'm always root for Charlotte, and I don't like the fact that Charlotte are coming off of our best, pretty much most decent season that they've put together in a while, and stuff looking promising for them in the future with having their young core traded away their ticket seller, their star player, biggest star we've had in the city in a long time. Uh, in football or basketball. And it's just like, yeah. But I think that LaMelo is a lot better than what people are thinking. And if he puts together a healthy season, Minnesota should have a very, very, very good backcourt. Honestly, the best backcourt in the league. I would say that I'm gonna stamp that in this video. Like if LaMelo Ball has a healthy season, not because like he doesn't have to have, he will have a good season. He will play good, but if he has a healthy season, him and Anthony Edwards, also Anthony Edwards, if he has a healthy season, they will be the best backcourt in the NBA. Uh, Matchup nightmare for a lot of, I mean, pretty much any team. Like you take your pick, they're both all stars, like all star talent, like easily. They both can, now. And I feel like it's a lot of weight off his shoulders. You got somebody that he can actually rely on any possession to bring the ball down the court and open up space for him. LaMelo is a great playmaker. Uh, he can shoot. He can shoot. He can play off ball as well. It can be some give and take there, but he's very effective playmaker. I think that'll make their offense a lot better. And then we don't know where LeBron is going, but on the off chance that LeBron does go to Minnesota, I think they can be a great team. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Minnesota. That's what I'll say. My favorite trade is love hate relationship with it though. Like I said, I don't like the fact that Lamelo got traded from Charlotte, but I love the fact that Lamelo is in Minnesota. If that make any sense.
Yeah, I feel like if LaMelo was going to get traded anywhere, the Timberwolves probably the best fit for him in terms of he's going to a team that needs a point guard, they need ball handling, they need playmaking, but they've also been a proven winner. Like the Timberwolves, two Western Conference Finals the last 3 years. They're routinely one of the most competitive teams in the league. They have one of the best players in the league, and Edwards, one of the best defenders, and Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels. So I feel like it's gonna be a really good move for the Timberwolves if he can stay healthy. I remember last year when they was playing the Spurs, I genuinely thought they could beat San Antonio if they were healthy. They took them to 6 games with Edwards being on one leg, and now you add LaMelo Ball in there. And I know a lot of people are saying the loss of Nas Reed is huge. We're just going to have to find out because I mean, at the end of the day, Nas Reed could have all the stats in the world, but he was still coming off the bench for the Timberwolves, and they didn't need an additional big man. They needed a point guard because when they was playing against the Spurs, when they was doubling Ant, they could not get the offense going because they had nobody else to initiate the offense. So I'm big on the Melo going to Minnesota move for real.
Yeah. I remember you was telling me you was like, bro, like you was like they're literally getting backcourt violations when it doesn't have the ball because they just simply can't bring it up the court. And I was like, yeah, it's looking rough. But them having another ball handler and a point guard like LaMelo who can also rebound very effectively because he's not a small guy. He's a scrawny guy, but he's not a small guy. So just adds another dynamic to their team for real. And he's not a scrub defensively.
Yeah. So yeah, LaMelo Ball's healthy. They should both be All Stars this year. I mean, I personally have, if they're healthy, which I know it's a big if, especially with LaMelo Ball.
That's
He's only been
super
healthy
if.
really like twice
Uh,
in his career. But if they're healthy, they should easily be a top three seed in the Western Conference behind Oklahoma City and the Spurs. So can't wait to see because with them, we know what Aaron's going to do. We know what Rudy does. McDaniel showed he has more offensive game during the playoffs. I really hope they like give bro like the room to grow, development, like because his game, he's more than just like a ball watcher. Like he got a little on ball stuff. Little he can initiate pick and roll. He could shoot like a little pull up action. Like let's see McDaniel's if he's not doing stuff with the starters. When you bench Ant or Lamelo, like have him get the ball more with the second unit. So Terrence Shannon Jr. He was great. He was great in the playoffs, and nobody had any expectations for him. So, Ayo Dosunmu, he just came back on a $100 million deal. Hey, go earn that contract, bro. Like you play good during the second half of the season, but let's see you put it together for the whole year. So they got some guys. They need another big man because now they don't have Randall or Nas Reed, but
yeah,
at least guards and wings they're good to go.
that's covered.
So
And they still got
I
Rudy.
will touch on it though. The 76ers getting Jalen Brown. It's gonna be an interesting watch when everybody's healthy. But with the 76ers, with Joel Embiid, he's never healthy. So the games where Embiid is out, it's gonna be fun watching him, Maxi, VJ Edgecombe flying up and down the court because now it's like Maxi was been leading the league in minutes for a while now, or like not being the most minutes, but he's like top five guy when he's healthy. Now you get Jalen Brown, who's also a durable star. Maybe not playing 40 minutes a night, but Jalen Brown's good for 35, 37 minutes a night. And now I'm curious of like, if you're Tyrese Maxey, who just averaged, I think, 28 a game last year, you get Jalen Brown, who also averaged 28 a game last year, and it's like, what is this shot distribution? Is Tyrese Maxey going to be like, hey, this is my team. I'm the one when Embiid went down, I'll carry this offense. Or Tyrese Maxey going to be like, you know what, hey, my scoring might dip to like 22, 23 a game. Jalen, you average 25. Embiid, you get yours when you play. VJ Edgecombe get yours because like if Brown and Maxey's averaging 27 and more apiece, VJ Edgecombe offense might just diminish
Yeah,
because now
he's
he's
not
about to
going
be
to develop.
like relegated to like corner threes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to see how the Jalen Brown's going to play into that because you know when Embiid also plays, Embiid in the mid range is one of the most unguardable options in the league because he could shoot, he could post, he could drive, or he could pass it. So how you feel about the Sixers, bro?
I'm torn on them. I mean they got better from a
They
talent
got better.
standpoint. Yeah, they got better. Just I mean adding Jalen Brown, like they have great players, like you said, Maxey, Jalen Brown, EJ Edgecombe, and then Embiid when healthy. I just don't really know how I feel about the fit if everybody's healthy. Embiid is never healthy, and we could probably put money on it that he's gonna miss some games next season. But when they in those moments when they have their fully healthy lineup, like you got Embiid, Maxey, Jalen Brown, VJ Edgecombe on the floor at the same time, like how does the ball move? Kind of like what you said, like is there gonna be some give and take as far as like guys with their egos, or is niggas gonna be like, nah, like back up, like I got this, they know who I am, but you can say that about all of them. You can say about Joel Embiid, you can say about Jalen Brown, you can say that about Maxi, and then VJ Edgecombe, like being the youngest guy, obviously, like even if he got something to say about it, but like you got the short end of the stick on this because they're not gonna care. You're getting the ball last when it comes to these three guys. It's going to be interesting. It will, and I don't want to say this either because I don't want to say this Philadelphia is better with Embiid off the court with this lineup, but like I think that they genuinely might have the team where if Embiid doesn't play, if they're running Maxi, Brown, and VJ Edgecombe, they could look way better in a sense of like being able to fly up and down the court, like you said, than when Embiid is off the court. Because when Embiid is on the court, like he slows their offense down a lot, and then those guys won't be able to run. But he's just Joel Embiid, so it's not like they get worse. It's just from a productive standpoint, productivity goes down a lot for other guys playing alongside Embiid. So it's just going to be some interesting dynamics, and they got a lot of stuff that they need to work on as far as in the offseason, is what they're gonna do as far as their lineups and how they're gonna run their minutes and when they want them on the court together. So, but they got better. I just don't know how it's going to look on the court. Like, I don't know if they have too much, you know?
Another thing too to take in fact is Brown and Embiid both love operating in that free throw range, that mid range area. So now it's like with Embiid being in the middle, Jalen Brown kind of have to run the 3 point line more often. It's just very curious with Jalen Brown because he finally got the taste of being the number one option without Jason Tatum last year. And now you go to a team where if Maxi's frying, if Embiid's frying, you're going to be the third option. Now it's like Jalen used to get 20, 22 shots per game. Some nights he'll be like 12, 14, 15. Like this guy, I think he averaged like 9 free throws per game last year. You know what I'm saying? So when I feel like the beginning of the season is going to be a lot of guys not wanting to step on other guys' toes. Around December, January, they'll probably be clicking. Like I wouldn't be surprised at all if December comes and the Sixers go on like a 10-game winning streak because they finally figured it out, or because Embiid is out and they have no option but they have more points for everybody else. But while you was talking, I was very curious about maybe is there a world where they bring VJ come off the bench and he just be devastating as a bench option? But I feel like they don't want to kill a young guy's confidence. VJ comes still a hell of a defender, but if I'm Nick Nurse, when Max is off the floor, VJ has to be on the floor with the ball in his hands. If I'm Nick Nurse, but I'm curious to see what they'll do in Philly this upcoming season.
I don't think they'll bring BJ Edgecombe off the bench just because, like, especially the respect they showed him his rookie season and what he showed, what he can do. And as far as like you said, a confidence killer, there there wouldn't really be an easy way to break that to him. Like, VJ, we're gonna try to like bring you off the bench. Like, I mean, granted, like I think he's a pretty humble guy, especially his famous quote, like he used to live off a generator. But it
You break it to him by asking him, do you want to average 10 points a game or 15? You don't like, he's not a better option than B, Maxi, or Brown. Not yet.
he's not, yeah. But I don't know.
You run that second unit, man. You do whatever you want. Hey, it's your world. Rock out, young man.
I don't think they do
Like,
that
how
though.
many guys come off the bench in the NBA that can stay in front of VJ Edgecombe? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not a lot. But
So, I mean,
how often have we seen teams like make the best right choice? So I don't know. I can't see that happening. I think they'll just run with the lineup. But if they that would be the best thing. I was thinking about that too. Like I was like somebody would have to come off the bench. I didn't say it during I was talking, but 9 times out of 10 it would have to be VJ Escom coming off the bench. But that would actually be the best look that they could have as far as like having some flow. And then when they get Maxi off the court, you bring VJ Escom in, Embiid and Brown get their rest, and it's like, all right, you still got Edgecombe on the court going crazy because he's literally another starter out there, but now he's playing with the bench unit. It's like, do you? And it's like the offense will run through you with that second unit. Like it will run through you with that second unit. That would be their best look as far as like a complete game. I just don't think they'll do that.
talking about high drafted guards come off the bench. The Portland Trailblazers. John Morant recently, I think it was 2 days ago, he said when he got traded to Portland, he told them he did not mind to start or come off the bench. Now, most likely John Morant's going to be a starter for the Blazers, but they also have a guy who also went top 3 in the draft that is coming off the bench in Scoot Henderson. And this Blazers team, man, after this trade, you trade 2 wings to get another guard to a team that was already guard heavy with Dame Lillard, Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, and I got John Morant. And It's gonna be very curious about John Morant because of the fact that his third year in the league averaged 27 a game, and it kind of went downhill from there. Whether it was injuries, whether it was suspensions, whether it was fighting with the coach, teammates not having your backs, teammates getting traded. Now you're playing with bums, and the coach is like, hey, like we need to develop these guys. Like we can't have Ja doing what Ja do while trying to develop guys like Jalen Wells and Coward. But very very interested to see what we're gonna do about John Morant in Portland. And I personally hate the fit with him and Dame Lillard and Denny Avdija and Donovan Clingan. That lineup doesn't make any sense from a basketball standpoint. But if you bring up the bench, granted, John Morant would probably be the best 6 man in the NBA, but I don't. It's just a weird fit for John Morant, and I'm curious if Portland has John Morant for 6 months and they trade him in January. Nobody said this, so this is me. This is me saying this right now, filmed. I wonder if there's a world they build John Morant back up. I've been telling T Dub this. I've been telling T Dub this for multiple videos, multiple weeks, months. I was like, John Morant, buy low on John Morant. Granted, I wouldn't buy low on him to trade him, but buy low on him, build him up. I still believe in the number 2 draft pick in the 2019 draft, man, out of Murray State. Come on, T Dub. I know you see the light. You see the light with John Morant. And I feel like with John Morant, when they beat the Warriors a few years ago, I think it was a game 5. I think it was a game 5 in Memphis, and they was playing like whoop that trick. The franchise kind of went downhill from that because it was like y'all just act like y'all just won a championship because y'all beat the Warriors in one game in the playoffs, bro. They went out game 6 and got killed. And like literally felt like for them that was the peak of that franchise. And it's bad because like the Grizzlies, everybody was pulling for the Grizzlies before that moment. So entire starting 5 is gone from that team, bro. That was only 4 years ago. The entire starting 5 is gone.
It's no longer a parade inside of Memphis.
They're fine
But
in the West.
man, Ja, y'all don't know this, but I, I, me, I was a Ja guy, bro. Like I love Ja. Like Ja Morant, bro. I was rocking with Ja Morant. The gritty and the shenanigans, bro. It's a parade inside my city, bro. Was hooping. But then he started, like he said, getting in trouble. The injuries, I'm not gonna kill him for injuries. I mean, people be injured. It just is what it is. Like, you just hope for help. But the stuff that he can control, it's just like, what are we doing, Ja? Like, just get back to hooping, bro. And this move to Portland, I mean, it could be good for him in the sense of like if he does get built back up, he could build his value back up for, other teams and everything. But hopefully this man does not stay in Portland because this is not a good fit. And then it's because the thing is with Damian Lillard coming back healthy, they're not gonna run John Morant off or they're not gonna run Damian Lillard off the ball. And John Morant probably will start, but if you're running John Morant off the ball, like that's so bad for your team, bro. I mean, this dude, he shot like 23% from three last year. At the end, John Morant's not a defender. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that looks like. And then it's like, I mean, Damian Lillard can play off the ball. He has the ability to play off the ball, but like Damian Lillard has never really played off the ball. And like, how effective does Damian Lillard look off the ball? Because like we saw when in Milwaukee with him and Giannis, it never really like kind of clicked with both of them on the court together. And that was Damian Lillard being off the ball. It was kind of like, here, you go, I go. That was the only time it really worked. So Damian Lillard doesn't really look super effective off the ball either. And Damian Lillard being a Portland hometown guy, they're not going to take the ball out of Damian Lillard's hand. So I don't know. I don't know how he takes advantage of this situation from a hooping standpoint.
Yeah, and there's this belief that Dame Lillard, who hasn't played meaningful basketball in 2 years, he was playing beside Giannis, and he didn't really seem. I won't say he was unhappy being a second option, but him being a second option didn't lead anything for the Bucks from a
Yeah.
winning standpoint. And then there's a belief that he goes to Portland, and he's supposed to be the guy that we last saw him was in Portland. But it's like you're not even the best. You're not even the best player in Portland no more. It's Denny Avdija. Denny Avdija is an all star. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
weird that if you're Dame Lillard and you got as much stature and respect with the Blazers that you do, I'm very curious to see what his basketball IQ is because from a outside standpoint, obviously we haven't seen them practice together, we haven't seen them play. If you just look at them on paper, Dame Lillard should not be pounding that ball flat in Portland no more.
It
Like,
shouldn't be.
what is he, 36, 35? Like, you're not no spring chicken no more, man. Like, you need to play off of Denny, you need to play off of John Morant, and you need to play off them other guys. Like, Dame Lillard can still bring the ball up the floor, like, occasionally, but if he has a usage rate higher than 15, 20%, like, what are we doing, Blazers? Like, we literally just took a step back. Like, the Blazers were one of the better stories in basketball last year because everybody wrote them off, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Blazers are a sixth seed, a fifth seed this upcoming year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're a 10th seed because Dame Lillard is trying to recreate 2021. So, but ideally, is John Morant bringing the ball to the floor or is Denny getting rebounds and going full speed to the basket? It's not Dame Lillard coming down, old man pace, setting the offense up. Like, no, bro. Like, we saw you beside Giannis. Like, we actually get off of that. I don't understand the move. They literally draft Scoot Henderson third overall in the draft, and then went out of the way to make sure, hey, let's get Dame Lillard back in Portland. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand what they're doing if the goal is to win a championship.
Yeah.
Now, if the
And
goal is to be better, maybe there's this belief that you put non-good shooters beside great shooters and they get better. I need guys to show me a list of 10 guys who became great shooters beside that because there's always this belief like, hey, get this guy with this guy, he's going to be a great shooter. It rarely ever happens. It's Scoot Henderson three-point shot. It hasn't increased enough on a volume standpoint to actually make it worth it. And maybe Dame Lillard, him with this summer, even though Dame Lillard was there last year, maybe this summer is the summer that Scoot Henderson get it together, Shaedon Sharp gets it together. John Morant can only go up, if we're being honest, but I don't see this belief about this Blazers team. Like, they'll probably get swept if they play the Thunder, the Spurs, unless the guys just get hot, which guys do get hot, but putting your faith in the man that hasn't played basketball in 2 years, come off an Achilles injury, and his game wasn't even based off athleticism. Now he's even slower. I don't see it, bro. Like, I'm not excited about a guy winning the 3-point competition when there was probably 2 or 3 free agents that could have won 3-point competition this year, if we're being honest. Like, Klay Thompson
yeah.
could have probably won it if they offered him to come there. So,
Yeah.
not to sound mad, but we just got to
Yeah.
calm down the hype about Dame Lillard, as if Dame Lillard's one of the ones in 2026.
Yeah. And this is not, first of all, I'm not even, coming to his argument, but I'm not killing Damian Lillard, but it just, I mean, pretty much like my guy Dame said, bro, it just doesn't it doesn't do anything for Portland having Damian Lillard having the ball a lot. And then it's like you said with Scoot Henderson, bro. Y'all drafted him number 3, and he's still showing signs of like this could be a legit guy, a legit option for us, a legit piece on our team. Especially y'all got Denny and then Scoot. And then y'all just pick up Ja, who's also younger than Damian Lillard. He's still got a lot left in his tank, and he's got a lot to prove to people. So it's like, if you got a hungry Ja, you got Scoot who's ready to. I'm pretty sure Scoot is ready to be able to be like, yo, like they calling my number, I got the ball, and then Denny, who's on the come up, who's a great, he's great at moving the ball around for that team. I just don't understand the Damian Lillard sign. I just don't understand the need or the want for him back. I mean, you showing respect, like for him being a great Portland of all time player, but they, I have a feeling that they're gonna put the ball in Damian Lillard's hands, and they're not gonna look better as a team, and it's gonna just slow down these other guys' process. Ultimately, it's Portland. I don't know what the direction is. They're gonna look better if Damian Lillard's basketball IQ is what it should be, and he decides to be like, yo, like I'm gonna let these young guys, you know, pull me along. I'm not gonna try to put this team on my back because that they don't need that.
It's hard. The two timelines are hard, man, because you got the vets like Dame Lillard, Drew Holiday. The rest of this team, though, Scoot Henderson, Denny, Shaedon Sharp, Donovan Clingan, Hanson, the backup center. These are all young guys, bro. Like, Golden State fan right here. It's hard. You can have the greatest shooter of all time, the two
Well,
greatest shooters of all time. It's so hard to want to win and build the young guys. It's hard to do both, man. And I don't know. But I want to end the video with this though. We talking about trades at the beginning of this video. The Detroit Pistons have done nothing this offseason. I'm not a Pistons. I'm a Pistons believer, not a Pistons fan, but I am a Kate
Same,
Cunningham fan. Have you
same.
seen the rumors about the Detroit Pistons trade?
No,
There's been some inquiries from the Detroit Pistons about to the Houston Rockets. What would it take to get the greatest scorer of all time? And I'm like, Kate Cunningham was having 85% of the offense last year, and they lost in Game 7 to the Cavaliers. It's just like, imagine if he just had one other guy. And there's nobody available who's a better scoring option than the greatest scorer of all time. I don't know who the hell the Pistons give up to get Kevin Durant, but it
yeah,
can't really take that
I was
much either.
thinking
You know what I'm saying? But like,
but they can't give up a sword.
Cade and Kevin Durant, though, man, like it's probably not gonna happen. If I'm the Rockets personally, I'd rather just run it back. Now that you got Fred VanVleet back, but
They are gonna run it back.
how you feel about KD to the Pistons, bro? That's an ugly team for KD to go to, but
That is an ugly team for KD to go to. That would actually bring back me some hope for Detroit because I mean y'all don't know this, and since we ended the video on this, just like Dame said, I'm not a Detroit fan by any means. I am a Cade fan, and I'm a Detroit believer. I actually had them beating Cleveland last year, but ultimately they lost. No excuses. They lost. Um, I expected them to like make a move for a score, and also like this offseason, I was hoping that they would work on the Soars like scoring game because his problem, I mean, like he doesn't need to work on anything on defense. The only thing he has to technically work on the defense is not picking up as many fouls as he does, so he can be on the court and be a viable option for their defense. But they just need to work on his scoring game because, like last year, bro, like they said, 85% of the offense was ran through Cade, and that's no understatement, man. These guys would get the ball, and it would literally look like at times that they were searching for where Cade was on the court on offense. Like they would grab the ball and where is Cade? Like they didn't know what to do with the ball if it was not in Cade's hand, and that just wasn't good for the team. So we were just like, they need somebody who can put the ball in the hoop without looking for K on this team. And, KD would be a great option. But I was just hoping that they would get a score in general, like make a move. But Detroit has not done anything. They actually got worse. So,
they actually
um,
traded one of their quote unquote scorers and Karis LeVert for Torian Prince. Detroit was like, can we just get this offense like even worse from bare bones standpoint, trying to Karis LeVert. So
yeah, I'm not really sure what Detroit's mindset is. Um, I don't know if they think that them getting 60 wins was a fluke, or if they be like, yo, like, nah, this wasn't a fluke. We can actually like do it again. And they saw something that we didn't see as far as like who was on their roster. But I don't know. They need offense and they didn't do anything. That's all I saw. And it can't just be Cade. Because I mean, Cade is a hell of a player, and he's gonna be a hell of a player for a long time. But I mean, you cannot win in today's NBA with one guy. It's guys everywhere. It's guys everywhere. I mean, there's so many guys now who's killing Chet on OKC, who's actually not an offensive player, but we was killing him for not doing anything on offense because there's just too many guys in this league now for to just not have other options. It's too much. So K won't be able to do it alone. They haven't done anything. I'm not sure what their direction is, but I hope they do something. But KD being there, that would be doing something. But I just don't know how they'll get KD. So you know, is what it
all right,
is.
man. Well, in the video on that, next time you see us, we'll probably either start our series unless LeBron James signs somewhere. But besides that, man, we'll see you
Let's
next
go
time.
Minnesota.
Cleveland. Cleveland's my pick, bro. This is for
He
you.
going to Cleveland. He going to Cleveland.